Welcome to today's deep dive. Now, we have a stack of expedition logs and diaries from the 53 Everest ascent right here, but we aren't starting with the summit photo.
No.
I want to take us back to the night before, right into the thick of it, in the death zone.
Yeah, we're dropping you right into high camp. Scene 4, you could call it.
Yeah.
And you have to understand, camp is a very generous word for this.
It's just a tent on a ledge.
Just a canvas shell, basically. Just getting battered by winds that sound like a jet engine.
The details in these diaries are, well, they're terrifying. The tent isn't just flapping, it's shaking violently. And inside, the thermometer is just bottomed out.
Negative 30 degrees Celsius.
That's a kind of cold that doesn't just make you shiver, it feels like it's hunting you.
Right. It changes the physics of everything. I mean, leather turns into concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings us to the very specific problem Hillary was facing that night.
His boots.
His boots. They were frozen solid.
And we're not talking about just being a bit stiff. These are blocks of ice. If he tries to force his feet in, the expedition is just... it's over right there.
It's over. Severe frostbite in minutes, and you can't walk. So while this wind is just screaming outside, Hillary does something that is. It defines the difference between an adventurer and a pro.
He doesn't sleep.
He doesn't sleep. He spends the entire night holding these frozen boots against his bare chest.
That image is just seared into my brain. Lying there in the dark, using your own body heat to thaw out your gear.
And notice what's missing from that scene in all the accounts.
Noise.
Noise. There are no pep talks.
Mm-hmm.
There's no, cinematic heroism. Nobody's making a big speech.
It's just discipline. That's the real story here, isn't it? The unglamorous, painful work.
Exactly. It's the sheer discipline that gets them through the night. But when the sun comes up, the whole challenge shifts from physical to psychological.
Okay, so set the stage for us. It's morning.
It's morning, they're moving, they reach Camp 8, and they are agonizingly close. We're talking 300 meters from the summit.
Which, on flat ground, is nothing. A short walk.
An eternity up there.
Yeah.
But they can see it. And this is where the real conflict of the story happens.
Right. The team leader, watching from a distance, starts shouting.
And he's not yelling, "Go for it." He's yelling, "You are at the turning back point."
The point of no return.
Exactly. And that's not a suggestion. In mountaineering, that's a mathematical calculation. It's based on oxygen. He's telling them, if you go past this point, you will not have enough oxygen to get down alive.
So you have the goal in sight, you've suffered all night with the boots, and now your leader is screaming that it's over. In any modern context, everything would just stop.
Oh, absolutely. If this were a boardroom, we'd pause, we'd open a risk assessment spreadsheet.
We'd need a PowerPoint deck, for sure. Let's circle back on the oxygen numbers.
Right. But up there, on that ridge, they don't have a committee, they don't even use words. And this, for me, is the most fascinating moment of the entire climb.
So what happens?
Hillary hears the warning. He knows the math. He just turns, and he looks at Tenzing.
And Tenzing looks back and just nods.
A single nod. That's the entire decision-making process.
That's it. One look, one nod. No meeting, no debate. It was instantaneous and absolute. They kept going.
That points to a level of trust that, wow, it feels almost alien to us today. We rely on contracts and data because we don't have that.
Exactly. That nod wasn't a gamble. It was the result of everything that came before it, like the boots on the chest. When you've both done the work, you don't need the meeting.
It really makes you look at how we make decisions, doesn't it?
Right.
We complicate things to feel safe.
And they simplified things to survive. That nod carried more weight than a 1,000-page report.
So here's the thought I want to leave you all with today. We all face our own versions of that turning back point, right? Moments where the risk feels way too high. When you're in that moment, do you have someone in your life where a single nod is enough? Who is the person you trust to make the biggest decision of all? Without a single word. Something to think about. Thanks for listening to this deep dive, and we'll catch you on the next one.